Austin Forkner tells all at the 2025 Supercross preseason media day. Hear about his off-season switch to the Triumph brand, how the deal happened, his brain surgery in 2024, dealing with injuries, and overcoming setbacks.
It was kind of a little bit of a anxious feeling, I guess, just kind of unsure. Basically, I've never been on any other team since I've been on Kawi since I was like 11 or 12 amateur. So just a little bit of just like being unsure and kind of like, well, is this what I want to do? Is this, whatever. So I can say that after I got there and met all the team and everybody like that, that it kind of, at least at that point, I guess early on, it didn't really solve all the questions or answer all the questions in my head, but it kind of put to rest that I think the team, as far as the members and everybody, I think they are good enough and invested enough and care enough that if I'm not happy about something, whether it be the bike or whatever, that they were definitely seemed like they were reasonable and like they cared. So that we will get to the bottom of whatever we needed to get to the bottom of, whether it be whatever the case is. So that's what I still still appreciate and still am seeing that on a day-to-day basis, just my mechanic or the guys in the team, whatever. Just that everybody on the team seems to be really invested and they seem like they care. I will say the bike definitely gets out of the gate good. It's different than the Kawi. It's got the Kawi hydraulic clutch was always, I felt like a little bit subpar, and the hydraulic clutch on the Triumph is really good. So it's really strong out of the gate. It likes to turn, which on a Supercross track is good. All the sharp turns and stuff. The bike definitely likes to turn, and we're still a month or over a month out from West Coast, so we're still obviously making changes and developing things right now, but it's already I'm already more comfortable on the bike than I thought that I would be at this point, basically, and my speed and my fitness and everything like that is coming around. I kind of expected that, to be honest. Like I came off enough injuries and time off enough now to kind of know the whole process of getting back into it, but everything's kind of starting to really flow together and work really nicely as far as myself, my fitness, the bike, motor-wise, suspension-wise, all that stuff. So everything's flowing together really nicely, and I think we're on the right track right now. Probably 2 weeks after surgery, 3 weeks after surgery, I felt like I could start doing stuff, but I just had to wait. So that was one of where every other injury I've had, basically, if I do a shoulder or an arm or something like that, I'm in the gym doing legs. I'm on a stationary bicycle. If I do a knee or something like that, I'm in the gym. I'm crutching around the gym and get to a weight bench and lift weights somehow, or do stuff like that. With this, it was just kind of just months, 2-3 months at least, 4 months maybe, with doing nothing, which it's not the longest. It's probably not actually it was the longest. It was 8 months from whenever the crash in Dallas to whenever I rode for the first time. It was 8 months and a day, I think. So that's the longest I've been off the bike ever. So that was kind of, I guess, kind of gnarly, it wasn't like a main concern, but did kind of, along with the whole switching team, switching everything, there was kind of that in the back of my mind as like, man, am I kind of gonna be the same, or that was a long time off, is it gonna take me? Usually I've came back and within like a month, yeah, my fitness might not be 100%, my speed's there, and I'm good on the bike pretty much right away. But that was kind of, I was a little bit just like, is it gonna take longer? I don't know how how my head's gonna react to everything. Everything's pretty much been easy, so that's good. Me and Mitch were super good. He wanted me back next year, so it wasn't directly coming from Mitch, but his hands were kind of tied with just the whole circumstance. But me and Mitch had a good conversation. I went over and I talked to him, a decent amount between, obviously whenever I ended up signing with Triumph and everything. But that last conversation, I went over to his house and had dinner with Kristen and the boys and him, and it was good. I mean, there was nothing. I mean, he was just as, I guess, supportive as ever. He was like, he told me, he was like, I think you're gonna win next year. He was like, he told me he told me you're gonna beat my guys, and he's like, and the thing is, I'm not gonna be bummed about it because because we're on good terms. So it was a really good. It was I didn't know exactly how that conversation would go, but it went really well. So for that kind of, at the end, it kind of it did make me sad, but at the same time it did make me happy that we didn't end on bad terms with this whole whatever. I've been on his team 7 years or 8 years or however long it was. I had a lot of good races, a lot of bad races, a lot of not racing, but it was good to end it on a good note. So, and have a good conversation with him and have him still believe in me, even when I'm not riding for his team. So that was good. I don't know if there was really like a one moment that I was like, there was a switch flipped and I was just like, I'm coming back. I don't know that there was really one of those moments. I think that I was just looking for an answer after that, which you're always looking for answers when bad things happen to you, like why, or am I doing something wrong? Am I being punished? Why is this stuff happening? And with me, it's why does this stuff keep happening and stuff like that. But this one in particular got answered pretty quickly of exactly why this happened. I think after the Dallas crash, they found in my head when I was going through all the kind of just getting CAT scans and stuff to make sure, because I was knocked out for like 5 minutes. So after that, they were just reviewing my head and they found that an AVM in my head, which could have killed me, was kind of on the verge of probably something happening. Maybe not killing me, but that was one of the risks. Either way, that would have ruptured a bunch of blood vessels in my head and caused the bleed. And where it was at in my head, they said it probably would have blinded me because it was right behind this right eye, so at least it would have done in this eye. But yeah, worst case scenario, it could have killed me. Best case scenario, I would have had my brain bleeding. So not good. But that got taken out and that got fixed. So it was pretty I guess it wasn't really a decision, because after I got that answered for me, why did this happen, it was pretty clear why it happened. In my opinion, maybe not in some people's opinion, I don't know, I'm a man of faith. So in that instant, it was very clear why that happened to me, and now I got a kid on the way. There's a good chance if I hadn't had that wreck in Dallas, there's a good chance I may not have lived to see my kid. I don't know. That's maybe not. Maybe I could have just had a seizure if something happened, or maybe they could have caught it. But because of that crash, they caught that in my head, and they said it was very close to rupturing and causing any of those, seizure, aneurysm, stroke, or death, or what any of that stuff. So, in that regard, seeing things from that point of view, kind of, just made it not so much of a thought process, because I was like, man, I'm still here because of that crash. So I think that if I wasn't supposed to ride, if I wasn't supposed to do something, I don't. It's just not the thought that I was getting. So it really wasn't a thought after I kind of figured all that stuff out, and it was kind of like, man, I've got to be thankful that I get to ride again, that I can ride my dirt bike at all, that I'm still here at all. So I see the Instagram comments. I see the good ones, I see the bad ones as well, but through this whole process, the good ones have definitely outweighed the bad. So that's awesome to see. I feel like maybe, and I think a little bit of it was from our all fun videos we posted on YouTube and stuff, but I think people maybe started to see that side of me a little bit more. I think that I'm kind of I don't post on Instagram a whole lot. I don't show, I guess, who I am that often. People go from seeing me ride and then seeing a 30-second interview on TV after a race when I'm just trying to talk about what happened in the race. They don't really get to see the side of me that I show in podcasts or on stuff like that. So I feel like that with these injuries and with the more that I've been able to talk about them and been real with people, post those videos after I get hurt and explain what happened and explain, just be real. There's enough people I feel like that they take that interview after the race for who you are and for that this guy, I don't like him because of what he will do. That's such a short, but that's in some ways that's how people get to know us, is from those short little interviews, short little clips. But when you can let people, I guess, figure out the real you and see kind of your day-to-day maybe struggle or your successes and your struggles or whatever, I feel like that maybe they'll support you a little bit more. So I feel like that's kind of what has helped me a little bit, is that people have kind of recognized that I obviously have my struggles, and maybe they can relate to that. Maybe they can relate to, I feel like everybody can relate to the struggle. At least at some point in their life, everybody can relate to the struggle, and the way that I just kind of openly talk about it, maybe it can help some people, maybe it doesn't with other people, but I feel like some people can resonate with that, and that's kind of what the comments and the DMs and stuff, and I have people come up and talk to me and stuff, and about how they can resonate with just being in the dumps, being at a low point in life. So I feel like that's maybe just opening up about things like that, like those clips I posted on Instagram after my crashes. I feel like maybe just let people kind of see that I'm a human, and I deal with, my struggles, I guess, are a little bit more high profile, because I'm a professional athlete, but my struggles are struggles, and everybody has them. So maybe just people can relate. So no, they're not alone in their struggles, and I know that I'm not alone in mine. So I guess maybe that's why.